Welcome. I'm Diane Yellowlight, a certified clairvoyant psychic. Today my subject's going to be why? We all seem to want to ask why when something happens. We want to ask why when we have complications in relationships. Why when we have complications in work. Why when we get sick. Why when we lose someone. Why when the health is off. Why? It is okay to ask why. What's more important is to know it's not about why, it's about what is. What is happening to each and every individual in the why time is in reality. And in that reality, if you look into what that is about, not why it happened, but what is going on here, that should be your question. Then you can take a look at the circumstances. And it's always very, very, very important when something comes up with another person or another situation that you look at yourself first. It's always easy to look at the other person and to judge them for what they are or are not doing, or what they did do, or what they misunderstood, or what they're all about, blah, blah, blah. What's important is that in your scenario, there is something that is in you that has also triggered into another, which has triggered them into you to have a reaction of some kind. Anytime we have a reaction and not a natural response, then we are dealing with hurt, emotions of pain and suffering, abuse, loss of respect, something within our own id. And a lot of times people think, well, it's just the way it is, that's who I am. That's true, and you can take that attitude if you want, but just know that you're never going to resolve what comes up in front of you, because the way that divinity works is it keeps putting in front of us over and over again things that are going to make us take away from our self-love and the love of others, because we are judgmental and we are narcissistic and we are too much into the id of ourselves at this time frame. We have forgotten about how to heal self. We have forgotten about compassion. We've forgotten about a lot of things that take us to the balance of co-creating. So what you got to do, and this is the time frame to do it, because the next 3 months are going to be bringing this up in everybody. I don't care where you live, who you are, where you come from, what your nationality is, how old you are or you're not. No matter what is going on, you're going to be activated to cleanse out the last things in your psyche and your id that are not working to your highest good. That is the love of divinity. Divinity loves us enough to give us the healthy kind of love that pokes us so that we do something about it. If you're a person that's allowing other people in your life to go ahead and run over you, then you need to look at what's inside of you as to why you're having, what you're doing about letting that happen. It doesn't matter if it came from mom or dad or sister or brother or church or whoever. You do need to face where it came, but that's not how it gets solved. It gets solved by you having an understanding. And when you have an understanding of what you did, and you did it out of the knowledge or the lack of knowledge of who you are, and you did it because you were human, then you can find the solutions to where you can walk away from it. We are in a society where everybody wants to have a solution given to them. When they get it given to them, then they reject it. So why bother asking? Why not stop going inside and saying, okay, I have a jealousy streak. Why do I have a jealousy streak? What is it inside of me? Along with your astrological sign, and I would suggest each and every one of you understand your astrology, because every one of those planets tells you about you and tells you what you've got going for you positively and negatively. So you've got a map. Go inside and find out what that's all about and do the rearranging. You know, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to change. I want to be me. Well, some people don't even know who they really are, but what they were taught and told. And they're carrying on old things that they don't even know, don't even belong to them. I would hate to see each and every one of you, or all of you, or some of you get to the end of your life and say, I didn't live my life. I lived for my family, or I lived for my kids, or I lived for my dog, or I lived because my mother, I could still hear her voice, or I lived because my dad, he didn't show me love. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It matters that it's there. And what are you going to do about it? There's so many places that people can get nurturing and help and support that there's no reason that we are in an addictive, abusive, destructive, unloving, uncaring, unproductive society with lots of ego, entitlement attitude, and issues that says, I'm not budging, I'm staying who I am, even if I hate who I am. Well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But however, you can handle it when you're younger, but I guarantee each and every one of you, as you get beyond 40, you are going to start facing all the things that you are not doing loving to yourself. It's going to come in mental ways, physical ways, emotional ways, spiritual ways. And then when you get to about 50, you better start having a little bit of that concept and do the rearranging under your belt. Then when you get up to 55, I'll tell you, good luck, because after that age, it's very, very difficult to come to terms with the real authenticity of yourself, because you've usually had enough experiences in life that's hardened you, that's made you believe, even in the core of your beliefs, that you are a victim of your circumstances. And anytime you feel that way, or a victim of yourself, you cannot have peace, love, unconditional love, tranquility, and balance in your life. The two worlds do not live together. They live separate. We need unbalance so that we can see what we need to improve. We need balance so that we can honor what is already in respect and balance. And if you're not honoring yourself in the inner way, and you're relying on, oh, I look good, or I'm cool, or I'm handsome, or I'm beautiful, or I'm gorgeous, or I'm smart, or I'm clever, or I'm witty, or I'm manipulative, or nobody's going to square and step on me. If you live in those vibrations, then you are on the defensive, and whenever we're on the defensive, we cannot heal. You can only heal when you're in tranquility, peace. You'll get disturbed so that you can know something's wrong, but in order for you to come back to your humbleness, you've got to come to some kind of downtime, some kind of unhappening to you, so that you can do something about it. You are not a victim of the world, nor are you a victim of circumstances. You are only a victim of your own self-demons and your own self-thoughts. So make sure that when you start to point that finger out, you've got 3 coming back to you, and you probably got 3 lessons in that one finger pointing out. And that finger is telling you what in you see in another that you do not like, do not respect, do not love, and you do not want to be. If you continue to be it, you're going to go around and around that circle, because divinity has the most unconditional, patient love in the world. It doesn't care if we take a lifetime to get where we're going to go. It just wants you to get where you're going to go. And I would suggest sooner the better in life, so that you can have that left time over enjoying yourself. Because as you start to get older, into the 50s and on up, your physical is declining. I don't care how good you take care of it, but it is declining, because it has to turn off as you leave. So there's nothing you can do about that, but you can keep your vehicle good so that you can stay balanced, so that you can do the things you want to do. And what are you giving to the world? What are you giving to the world? What today are you going to give to the world that's going to make it a better place, or a person? What are you going to do? You know what? You can be the light, be the shine, but be kind to someone today, tonight. And I know each and every one of you can go above and beyond your circumstances, and I ask that you do so for the wholeness of you and for those that love you. Come on, people want to be able to love you. And if you're not a great person, or a good guy, or a good woman, or whatever it is, and it's not the term good, but if you're not in balance, then you can't be loved, and you won't let yourself be loved. And that's the hardest thing in the world, is when you want to love somebody and they won't let you love them. And that's when you beg and you plead and you do all the things. But you know what? This is the time frame to come back to getting yourself in balance. If each and every one of us did this, then we wouldn't have to fix each other. We can start co-creating with each other, and that is the future. And if you're not going in that direction, it won't be your future, and you won't have much power. And you'll end up being a very bitter, negative soul as you exit this earth. So I ask you today to go above and beyond your circumstances and take charge. You can do so. So until next time, have a very good one, and bye-bye.